Removed organs: a mystery after Army vet died in prison. An Army veteran traveled to Pennsylvania last year to resolve an outstanding DUI warrant and died in police custody 2 days later. Afterwards his vital organs were removed during an autopsy, which concluded he'd been physically restrained and died from methamphetamine toxicity. Now, 14 months after his death, the family of Everett Palmer Jr. still doesn't know why or how he died, and claim Palmer was killed while in police custody. The most frustrating part is my son being murdered and not having any answers to how he was murdered, Rose Palmer, Everett's mother, said during a press conference Tuesday in New York. Since April 9, I have not had a good night's sleep since I think about my child and the possible scenarios. It is torture. He didn't deserve this. He went there to check on his license and he never made it out. Palmer Jr. was born and raised in Queens, but lived in Sussex County in Seaford, Delaware. The 41-year-old father of two went to Pennsylvania on April 7, 2018 to resolve an outstanding DUI warrant from 2 years prior. He was booked and put in a single cell at York County Prison. On April 9, 2018, he was pronounced dead at 5:45 a.m., according to the York County Coroner's Office press release. The three things we've always asked is that a true and full and total accounting of what happened with my brother between April 7 and April 9, Dwayne Palmer, Everett's brother, told NY1. To this day, we have not received any type of information in terms of what happened in that 48-hour period that caused the death of my brother. The information we are receiving in piecemeal style tells us Everett Palmer was tased, Everett Palmer was restrained, and it tells us there were outside factors. Other persons involved in causing his death, Attorney Lee Merritt told to Mr. Merritt's office multiple times for comment but has not yet received word back. According to autopsy results, released by the York County Coroner's Office in July 2018, Palmer's manner of death is still undetermined. His family told New York they've consistently asked the local authorities for updates for over a year without much progress. Palmer's family said his brain, heart, and throat were removed during an autopsy and never returned as part of the investigation. The coroner said that is normal procedure. During the Tuesday's press conference, Merritt said Palmer's missing organs are the center of the narrative. There was no pre- or post-notification. They were removing organs from my brother's body, Dwayne Palmer told. Marquis Walters, the York County Public Information Officer, disputes this accusation by Palmer's family and their attorney. They were removed but they're not missing, Walters told, speaking of the organs. This is part of the process. We know exactly where they are. This is part of the death investigation. It's standard procedure. York County Coroner Pamela L. Gay told, organs are not returned sometimes with the body. It goes on every day in the country as evidence collection because the individual, the body, cannot speak for themselves anymore. While it's graphic and some ways very creepy, it is very much an ordinary process in trying to bring justice for our deceased individuals. Gay told, in a death in custody, it's not unusual to have the throat retained, especially when there's been physical restraint. When someone dies in police custody, the state has a responsibility to provide as much clarity and transparency as humanly possible to the family, Merritt told. Gay told Forensic Pathology Associates, FPA, of Allentown, Pennsylvania conducted the autopsy. In a June 2019 statement, Gay's office said FPA is currently in possession of the heart, brain and throat and that they conducted the autopsy in accordance with the National Association of Medical Examiners, NAME, guidelines. In a statement, the National Association of Medical Examiners said laws regarding organ removal vary from state to state. NAME-accredited offices must have a policy about retention of any organs that considers law in the particular jurisdiction, the group said. Forensic Pathology Associates did not respond to request for comment and referred all inquiries to Health Network Labs. But have yet to receive word back. A press release by Gay's office said the coroner's office, FPA, and Mr. Palmer's immediate family and legal counsel have been in regular discussions since shortly after Everett Palmer Jr.'s death. But the initial July 2018 coroner's report creates a confusing narrative, one that has fueled Palmer's family's suspicions. It states after being taken into custody, Palmer became agitated, and that officers had to restrain Palmer from hitting his head against his cell door. It then cited his cause of death as complications from an excited state with methamphetamine toxicity during physical restraint. It also adds probable sickling red cell disorder as a contributory factor in his death. The manner of his death is left undetermined.